and today I'm going to make a pastry called Pastel de Nata. It originated in a small town just outside of Lisbon called Belém. There, the monks in a monastery made this Portuguese egg tart. It is made with a few simple ingredients: milk, cane sugar, flour, some sea salt, egg yolks, butter, most important ingredient, and then you have some optional ingredients. You have vanilla, lemon, and cinnamon. So the first step to this recipe is 1 stick of unsalted butter, softened, and you just want to blend it, cream it, get it really soft to make the pastry. Now we combine 1 cup of flour, 1/3 cup of cold water. So my mom always told me to sift the flour because it makes it more fluffy. And then a pinch of salt. So the next step is to add a little bit more flour on a dusted cutting board here. You knead it a little bit. Make it into a ball. Now you want to take your rolling pin So once you've rolled the dough into a square or rectangle, flat 1/8 of an inch, you want to butter 1/3 of your butter onto the pastry as evenly as you can. You got to do it very gently because you don't want to rip the dough. So once you've buttered it, you fold it over into 3 equal portions. And you'll fold it over again into square, flour again, roll it out, and repeat. So now that you've done 2 layers of the butter and folded it over twice and rolled it out, you roll it out one last time. And at this step, you will be applying the last 1/3 of your butter. You apply the butter all the way to the edges this time, all over the entire dough, except for the top edge. Full dough buttered all the way to the edges, except for 1 inch on the top. So we're gonna use our finger with some cold water as we top the edge here to make it wet so that we can seal the dough once we roll it. So this step here, we just carefully roll the dough. We're gonna roll it into a nice tube. Kind of like when you're rolling gnocchi. It's similar. Just roll it up. A bit more flour. Dough will look like this. You put it in the fridge for a couple of hours to overnight, whatever you prefer. You can make it in the morning. While you do that, you start the custard. So you're gonna start with a simple syrup, and I've pre-prepped everything to make it a little quicker. 1/4 cup of water to 3/4 cups of sugar. Now you're gonna bring this to a boil. Some lemon rind for flavor, and some cinnamon. So you bring this to a boil to 100 degrees Celsius. Once it's all dissolved, then we'll move on to the custard step. So now we've got it boiling at about approximately 100 degrees Celsius. We take it off the heat. And for the custard, we're gonna add 1.5 cups of milk and 1/3 cup of flour. Stir this consistently until it thickens. So now you can see it's starting to thicken. Then I'm going to strain the simple sugar into the milk mixture. Now that you got it this nice thick consistency, you remove it from the stove. Now, I've divided 6 egg yolks. Okay, so now the base of the custard has cooled. I have the leftover eggshells, which will go into our garden because we don't waste anything in this household. You put the egg yolks here. I have the pastry dough that was refrigerated. So what I like to do is I like to just roll it a little longer, make it a little skinnier. Cut off the edges like that. Cut it in half approximately. Oh, pretty good. Check that out. Next step is you take your pastry, put them into your cups here, cold water on your thumb, press down in the center, and you're gonna work this. This is the toughest part. You don't wanna rip it, you wanna work it, stretch it. The last step before you put it in the oven is to just fill the custard 3/4 of the way full. So now we have added a little bit of blueberries for some variety. We kept 3 of the traditional, and we're gonna pop it in the oven. The oven's heated to 500 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the hottest I can get my oven. They say you put it in the oven for 12 to 15 minutes. Okay, so we are done. 12 minutes in here. Looking amazing. Add the finishing touch. Look at how beautiful that is. A little bit of icing sugar. Michele.
How are you doing?
I've had some requests for risotto, mac and cheese, and Michael, my husband, has had a special request for strawberry risotto. So wait for that video next.